Today we're taking a look at Genesis 26, verses 1 through 11. A famine has hit the land, and this is something that we've seen before. This echoes Abraham's narrative so closely. There's a shortage and doubt rising, and that subtle tug toward what looks safer. Isaac considers going to Egypt, where supplies seem real and readily available. Then God appears and tells Isaac not to go to Egypt, verses 2 and 3. And the Lord showed up to him and said, "Do not head to Egypt. Live in the land that I point out to you. Stay here, and I will stick with you and bless you. For to you and your descendants I will hand over all these territories, and I will confirm the vow I made to Abraham your father." This is beyond just directions. This is a test of faith. Does Isaac build his days on what he sees or on God's spoken assurance? Isaac remains, but sticking around physically isn't the same as relying deep down. The locals in Gerar spot Rebekah as a beautiful woman, and anxiety rises, and Isaac repeats his dad's old fib. "She is my sister," he says. Now, this is eerie how this repeats. The assurance from God was voiced out loud, and God had declared, "I will be with you." And yet, Isaac falls back on self-defense. Now, this is not outright defiance, a sly, measured step to control danger his way. And that's how it often appears for us as well. We don't always abandon God's path. We cushion it. We remain in place, but we also hold back from fully surrendering to the one who placed us there. Even more piercing is this, how swiftly Isaac slides into a familiar routine. He lets the worries about the uncertain future dictate his present actions. We've seen this before. Abraham pulled the same in tough situations in Genesis 12, Genesis 20. Now, without realizing it, Isaac acts out almost a hand-down script. Should we call it a DNA? And spotting this helps a lot. Now, our reaction under stress aren't accidental. Often they are molded from our past experiences, shaped by what we experience and observe. We form certain beliefs about life, and unless these core beliefs are exposed and challenged by biblical truths, the cycles persist. While we are aware of God and His faithfulness, we choose the path of self-preservation. But grace binds this account in a way that is unfamiliar to most of us. Unlike people, God doesn't withdraw Himself just because Isaac lacks faith. God doesn't cancel the deal. God doesn't abandon Isaac to his dread. Instead, God acts to shield Isaac, his flaws and all. And Abimelech, a Gentile ruler, becomes the surprise revealer of God's graciousness. As facts emerge, rather than ruin, safety is provided. And this was not due to Isaac's smart moves. It was solely because God remains true to His word. And that's the solid foundation upon which we stand today. Where Isaac falters, Jesus stands firm, and Jesus avoids dodging threats with half-lies or half-truths. He yields completely to the Father, right to the cross. And it is in Him we join a bond that endures our fears. How does today's passage reveal what's in our hearts? Would you be able to spot where fear still subtly guides our choices? Would you be able to hear the gentle voice of our Savior who says, "Come back once more," to God who says, "I am with you"? So as we conclude, let's reflect. What smart or essential safeguard am I using now that compromises our values? How can we spot the so-called smart or practical choices that go against wholly depending on God for this part of my life?
Be still, my soul, the Lord is on your side. Bear patiently the cross of grief or pain. Leave to your God to order and provide. In every change He faithful will remain. Be still, my soul, your best, your heavenly friend. Through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. Oh, be still, my soul, and know He is God. In the silence, in the storm, He is enough. My hope and my confidence, let nothing shake. For the God who was is the God who will save. Be still, my soul, your God does undertake to guide the future as He has the past. Your hope, your confidence, let nothing shake. All now mysterious shall be bright at last. Be still, my soul, the waves and winds still know His voice who ruled them while He lived below. Be still, my soul, and know He is God. In the silence, in the storm, He is enough. My hope and my confidence, let nothing shake. For the God who was is the God who will save. When change and tears are past, all safe and blessed at last, when grief and fear are gone, we'll stand before the throne. Be still, my soul, the hour is hastening on, when we shall be forever with the Lord. Sorrow forgot, love's purest joys restored, all safe and blessed, we shall meet at last. Be still, my soul, He is faithful.